How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to history and laws, in reference to the violations of government and their illegal intervention and road blocking and abuses, such as them blocking me from my benefits. Need those people in court. Who's been making all these decisions to be blocking me, terrorizing my life? Does anybody know? The government murdered my parents. My parents was richer than politicians. My parents had been in business longer than politicians. Don't forget what seniority of business means. And my parents owned property over on Wall Street, I guess you'd say, if somebody wants that mentioned. And another thing, which man's blocking my female friends from coming over? I'm not into guys, man. I only date females. And I'm a lesbian, too. I'm a real hermaphrodite. So in reference to these people doing these things, what race are they? What religion are they that are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? Did their race claim that they built my mother and father's mansions? What are they claiming for why they're blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? The timeline of history. These people are trying to play their game, trying to play their one-up on somebody. They think they're trying to get a hand up over somebody. You're never going to win. You're going to pay for your crimes, whoever you are, bad government. I mean. So in reference to my female friends that was on the friends list, or female friends that know me from sports or athletics or ballet or rhythmic gymnastics, history or whichever, what's the name of the man that's blocking girls from coming over? Is that a man that stole sperm? Is that a man that stole money? Is that a man that was involved in the murder of my parents? Is that a man that's involved in that has raped me before? Is that a man that has been stealing my identity? All those things are criminal activities if that man has been doing these things. And then the government was allowing this man to make decisions? No. We need to know who the people are that's made any of these decisions and what race and religion they are and what class they come from. It's very important. Because the opportunistic thieves, they try to dress up nice, don't they, to steal. The con artists, the manipulators, the thieves, the liars, the cheats, the scam artists. Which person is stealing the monies? Accountants? Is it accountants that are stealing the money? Because there's accounting laws. Accounting laws prevent accountants from stealing. Accountants can go to prison. They know that, right? Postal thieves. What person has been stealing the postal mail? In reference to monies or checks or credit cards I was supposed to have received. Why is there people that have corporate credit cards from my mother and father's companies, but I don't have one? Why is that? The questions that have to be answered by the government are very serious questions. And they only have a certain limited time of answering these questions. Which person is blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? Which person is blocking female friends from contacting me? On the internet, all there is guys on the internet all the time. I mean, some of them are, there's some people on Skype or friendly acknowledgments, but and on Instagram or whatever, I'll say generally, whether there's friendly people and then there's some that are not. But where's my female friends? I grew up around girls in Hollywood too. My parents owned the most land in Hollywood and Beverly Hills and Bel Air, right? So who's trying to steal the properties? Who made up lies? Who made up schemes? Who made up tricks? What's the name of people? When a girl from Hollywood tries to come over to see me, a celebrity model or actress or musical artist that's trying to get in contact with me, what's the man look like that shows up and blocks them? Or anybody from rhythmic gymnastics or the ballet, or what's the man look like? The man's not no relative of mine. The man is obviously one of the murderers that murdered my parents. Do you not understand the laws of Elliot Ness, people? These men don't have a right doing what they're doing. There's even documents that say if the government ever caused me any problems, the government has to get sued and prosecuted. It even says if the government tries to make my life difficult in any way, they're supposed to get prosecuted and arrested and sued. And they're possibly supposed to end up in prison for life. It's on Treasury documents and Supreme Court documents. Now, which person's trying to control those documents? Which person's hiding those documents? Is the international media doing anything to ask questions? It shouldn't take long if they don't know the right answer right then and there at the news media of certain questions or at the companies. Like somebody might say, okay, how come he doesn't have money? We don't know. Goodbye. That's wrong. This has gone on for over 30 years. It's been very serious abuses. Who owns the property? Who owns the studios? I do, don't I? The companies are ran on a budget based on my family revenues. Not the employees, is it? So who's making all these decisions, trying to play their game of trying to backdoor my life? Who are these people making the accusations? Why isn't somebody asking the fucking questions to these people? Those people only have a limited time to answer the question before they get thrown off the properties at the studios and the news network. They only have a certain amount of time to answer those questions in reference to governor's offices, mayor's offices, police chiefs. They only have a very short time to answer the questions. To certain direct questions. Why haven't I received any human rights money? Who's making those decisions? Who's stealing those? The amounts of monies or the lawsuit monies or credit cards or checks. Who's stealing it? Does nobody know? What post office are they intercepting things at? Are they intercepting it before it gets to Indiana? Or are they intercepting it at the main post office in Indianapolis? Where are they stealing things from? Process of elimination. Point A, point B, point C, or point D. Where? And who's in the managerial position at that post office? What's their name? What's their race? What's their religion? Who are they working for? These questions all have to be answered. Royal Protocol of my identity is in the media 24 hours a day, and it tells you I have royal diplomatic immunity since the day I was born. These people are trying to hold me hostage to try to frame me. They're trying to frame me for things that my status outranks. Them slandering my character. Them making up excuses and fraud. Ask them what they're trying to do. And look at the information about my royal diplomatic immunity. That way you'll find out who the accusators are, the liars, the tricksters. It's very serious. It's been a long time waiting. And it's abuse every day. Look at this, how many times the government in Indiana was charged for starvation attempts of murder and financial deprivation. My mother, Doris Duke, had court cases about it. They've been doing that for over 20 plus years. They've been doing that for over 30 years, blocking me from monies after they had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. Now, why is that? What is the name and race and religion of the person? What accusations did they make where they tried to steal position to try to control my life? What is their names? They'll say something like, oh, you said, no. This started when they kidnapped me, even started before then. Even started back in the 80s and even before in the 70s and 60s. Look at the history, the timeline of history, the hate club list. It needs to be published in the media. People that are not allowed to make any comments slandering my character of any kind. People that have stolen from me. People that stole from my parents. Political parties, even before they became presidents, some of these people. And before they became governors or mayors. The hate club list has their family names on it too. These people that have tried to steal everything from me. And restraining orders. The hate club list is a restraining order too. A lifetime restraining order against those people. So people need to know what it is. And what names are on that list. And back to the point, why are these men blocking me from females? If you make up some violent history, you're going to go to prison. Me and my girlfriends that I've had, we've never had no problems. Always somebody trying to get into our lives or trying to get into my life or somebody trying to steal my girlfriends. Who are they? They claim they work for the studios. They claim they work for the government. The government's not allowed to have any contact with any girlfriend of mine. And other celebrities are not allowed to try to steal any girlfriend of mine. And why are these men blocking me from my money and lawsuit monies? A lot of girls always say, oh, if you had more money, she'd go out with you. But, you know, all kinds of things girls say. I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions. But girls have said that, like, oh, if you were richer or if you had more money, then that girl would want to date you. So, in reference to financial portfolio information, it needs to be advertised. Government's in violation. They're in violation of the records departments in America. Who, what, when, and where? Which person makes these accusations to be blocking me? Check their DNA. DNA. Look at their DNA. I'm the only child of my parents. Who are they? They have no connection to nothing, whoever these people are. Who are they? They tried to steal my genetics to fake their genetics to try to claim that they had family ties to my family. These thieves. The poachers. They tried to steal my genetics and they tried to fake their DNA tests. Well, my DNA is one of a kind. Nobody in the whole world has the same DNA as me. So how are they getting away with this shit? Who is allowing them to get away with the crimes? These people need to get charged for charity fraud, stealing from me when people tried to send me money. Those people need to get prosecuted immediately. It's attempted murder every single day.